This tutorial will cover a range of functions in Yu-Gi-Oh! Dueling Nexus. If you have a specific question, feel free to navigate to one of the following timestamps, but otherwise sit back and relax for the complete formula for building your own digital Yu-Gi-Oh! Empire on Dueling Nexus. Dueling Nexus operates through your online browser, an advantage over certain competitors in that it's Mac compatible and requires no prior installation. In fact, it's fairly usable on a mobile device, especially if you have a larger handset than mine. Registration is simple. Simply enter a valid email address and verify that validity with the link that's sent. Now you're ready to begin. The first thing you'll notice about Dueling Nexus is that it's by far the most mature and aesthetically polished in its UI design of any Yu-Gi-Oh! Platform. The buttons and recent news, such as current donation efforts, are not shouted at you with pop-ups, but instead denoted as neat text or figures. There are 4 main zones to Dueling Nexus, and we'll go through each of them in turn, starting with the deck editor right here. If you have a deck on another online platform, or want to steal one from YGO Pro to commandeer, simply upload the .ydk file with this button. You can change the name of the deck here, as well as duplicating it or just simply deleting it. Alternatively, you could start by building your own deck from scratch. To do so, press the Create a New Deck function and give it a name. You can include any card currently available in the OCG or TCG in your deck by searching for it here in the top right corner. One trade-off for the cleanliness of the Nexus GUI is its more elaborate search functionality. So in the search bar here, you can only search by name, as opposed to things like type, attribute, or effect. Now, the inconvenience of this depends upon your situation. If you know exactly what cards you want to put in the deck, such as one you already own, or in a case of building a new deck based upon an archetype where that archetype is denoted in its name, then it's not so much of a problem. However, for searching for a card with a specific effect, or with coming up with new ideas in general, it's honestly much easier to use alternative sites, such as the official Yu-Gi-Oh! Website, Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia, or YGO Pro. In this instance, I'm going to put together a Crystal Ninja deck, which combines Crystal Beasts, Ninjas, and the Neos cards together, which will feature on the channel soon. Now, as you can see, I've included cards which are exclusives to both the OCG and TCG, and this information, as well as if the card is limited or banned, are denoted both in the search bar and where the card appears in the deck. We'll speed through the rest of this, and voila! The deck is ready to test. Click Save up here, and we're ready to click off this tab and go to the Duel Zone. Here is where things get interesting. You have a range of different types of duel you can partake in. Up here is where you can engage in casual unranked duels, with ranking matches located down here. Now, the tag duel is one that's rarely taken up by, but you can get onto a single or match duel in seconds. Alternatively, if you want to practice against a non-human, there's a comprehensive duel bot system. You can get into a quick game against a random deck here, or you can create a custom bot game here, where you can select the deck you're going up against. There's a good range of decks, so you can test yourself against a range of different strategies and difficulties. Many are actually probably a bit too strong for a casual deck, such as my Crystal Ninjas. If you want to enliven your dueling experience, there's a whole bunch of entertaining options to pick from. You can actually add these to a PvP duel by going to the Show Custom Games menu and clicking Host a Custom Game here at the top. This page will also show you the duels that are currently taking place on the server, which you can either join or observe as a spectator. If you're trying to duel a friend, my suggestion is to press the Host Custom Game and make a custom private duel. Once you've selected your settings, you'll get a unique URL, which you can copy and paste to them in a messenger. Once they've logged in and clicked the link, they'll join you as your opponent and you can start to duel. The duels themselves play out on a clean and neat backdrop akin to the rest of the GUI. All of the zones and counters appear as expected, and you can chat to your opponent down here in the bottom left chat box. It's a little out of the way, so it can be missed if your opponent isn't expecting it. Performing most common dueling functions is very intuitive, though like all dueling platforms, you might get a bit tired of clicking if you've got a lot of simultaneous chains to pull off. You can toggle how regularly you want to be able to chain cards through this button down here, though keeping things on manual is a good way to spot if your opponent is holding any hand traps. I'm yet to encounter any real bug in terms of card function, but there are simple ways of reporting this if you do, via the Nexus Discord page. For cons, occasionally you can accidentally do frustrating things like sticking monsters in defense mode rather than activating an effect, and whilst this can be frustrating, it's something you can get used to in time. There's no back option. You are committed to that option, even if you realise it's not correct. Another negative is that, as far as I'm aware, you're unable to obtain duel replays, and so the only real way to record duels is via direct screen recording. In terms of reviewing duels, editing and uploading videos, this can end up being a little annoying, especially if your opponent ends up taking, say, 20 seconds to make up their mind on which card to grab from their deck. Overall, the benefits of using Dueling Nexus kinda depend on whether you're recording a duel for online content or not. If you do want to record your duel, my advice would be to open a new browser tab and watch your duel as a spectator and record from that screen. It's a bit of a faff, but less so than the alternatives. If you're just dueling with friends, as we do here at OJ Gaming Channel, then it's our dueling platform of choice. Other quick things to mention include the profile page, where you can change your username, avatar, and upload a custom sleeve, the latter of which you'll need to contribute for in order to obtain. The leaderboard contains the current ranking of all players taking part in competitive duels. It's pretty standard stuff, but it's all really nice inclusions when really simply laid out on the web page. The last thing I wanted to include in this tutorial regarded downloading your deck from Dueling Nexus. Now this feature isn't a natural part of the web page, but can be added through the following steps. Firstly, install the Tamper Monkey extension on Google Chrome or your Firefox browser. Now this merely holds user-made extensions, so it shouldn't affect your browsing in any way. Next, head to the provided link on Greasy Fork. This simply contains the code that you'll want to install in the extension, like so. Now, when you arrive on the Nexus deck editor page, you'll see the option to download your deck. The code will run that's in the Greasy Fork link, allowing you to download your deck in .ydk format, so you can send it to a friend or upload it to another platform. Overall then, we think Dueling Nexus offers a really slick platform within which to create Yu-Gi-Oh decks, duel your friends, and take on random people, and we hope that this tutorial will help you be able to do the same. If you have any other queries, please comment below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic day, and look out for some Nexus Yu-Gi-Oh features in the near future, right here on OJ Gaming Channel.